Good morning. As you can see, behind me is the treehouse, and that is where you will spend at least once in the next few months, and I appreciate you guys helping me out with this. I just wanted to get you guys trained to help you figure out how to work everything in the treehouse and how to make it the best experience you can for the kids and yourself. So as you come into Treehouse on a Sunday morning, I ask you to get here by 10:10. That way you can come in and get the room set up before between 10:15 and 10:20 when the kids will come in from the two classes on this hallway. Now, when you come into the room, the first area that I want you guys to look at is right here. And so that is the upper shelf. As you can see, we got the bottom and upper, and your rolls are gonna be on there. So if you look through this roll, you'll say, Evan, holy cow, that is a lot of kids in Treehouse. And yes, it is. So basically, you're gonna have a good bit of kids in here. The first week they had about 30. So that's a large room. And if you look at this room, as you can see, we've got 4 tables, about 6 chairs. So that's only 24 kids. So you might be thinking, Evan, how's that gonna work? Well, the thing is, they're only gonna be in chairs during certain times. And when they're in the chairs, what you need to do is separate them into 2 rooms. So the first thing you do is you come in and you bring the roll and bring it down and get it ready. And then you come over here, walking towards this area. And we open up the DVD player, the TV. There's 2 remotes. This bigger remote is for the TV. So we'll turn the TV on with it. And then our smaller remote is for the DVD player. So point it at the DVD player, turn it on, and then as we're looking at the TV, the Blu-ray disc will come on. Now, you want to make sure that you have the proper lesson that you are associated with. So for instance, this week is week 2, and it says it on the sheets over there. And so you make sure that you go to week 2 on the disc when it pops up, okay? So the disc player's coming on, it's getting ready. And it says DVD video. So on this controller, I'll just hit this middle button, but you gotta aim it over there, okay? So aim it over there, hit the middle button.
Welcome to the Depths Junior, an underwater adventure for preschoolers.
So that's your intro.
In this series, your kids will
I'm just gonna hit up menu.
Treasures in the
And that brings us to the main.
Treasures in the world. But I'm not talking about gold.
So then we go to lesson with this button here. We just move it down to the one we're on. And we're on 2. So I'd hit that. And that gets us started. So it's going to start where we need to be. Now, it's real loud. It tells you exactly what to do. It says opening classroom activity, which that's actually over in the other area. So I have the other controller and I'm turning the volume down. So when it says classroom activity, you go and do the activity. And then after you do the activity, you hit the next button and that'll bring you to the next DVD segment. So we've got the DVD player on and we're getting ready to go. Now, the next sheet that you will take is this first sheet. Now look, the first sheet looks something like this, okay? And so it's got a list of every single thing you're doing. Bubble relay, red light, green light, introduction. So it's either an activity or the DVD. So if it's not an activity, it's on the DVD and you just hit play and it'll do the next section. So we're gonna go over just today's so you guys will have an idea. The first thing says bubble relay. So then you look right here, I've got the bubble relay laid out for you. Now, if you have 30 people, obviously you don't wanna have all of them in here doing the bubble relay or the bubble game. So I would split them into 2 classes. Easiest thing to do, leave 4-year-olds in here. Take the 5-year-olds out to their normal classroom and do it. Or flip-flop. However you want to do it, but bring one of the classes out and then play the bubble game. And then you see the next thing says, oh, red light, green light, another activity. So honestly, we'll have 2 sets of these made, so you will be able to have both groups doing their games in separate rooms. Now, you'll bring them back in together for the introduction, which is what they'll do on the DVD, okay? So you bring them back in, have them sit on the floor, listen to the introduction. Next, you got another activity. Split them back up, and there's gonna be a building wall with these Jenga blocks, okay? So basically, you take half the blocks of the other room, leave half in here, give 1 to each kid, it's a block relay. Keep going, I'm gonna bring our master list with us, and then it says, skit and Bible story. So when that group's done, they come back in here and this group's done. Y'all sit on the ground, You hit play right there and it'll show you the Bible story. It'll all be on the screen, okay? Next game is digging for treasure. So this game actually, if you read it, these pictures will be cut and put in between these eggs, like not in the eggs, but like just mixed in there. So they'll dig their hands in and grab one. That's the next thing that happens. They can all stay together for that part because they're all going to be on the floor anyway. You just pick one to dig. It's not a problem. And I'll say if you need to split on each piece of paper, okay? So then the next thing you have is a craft. I would definitely split rooms on this craft, and you're going to make the decision, but if they're going to be working on a table, you need to split them up, okay? So we'll have enough to where you can split these up. See, this one will use these bags, crayons, markers, but we'll have enough to you can split them. Then the next thing you'll do in here is create a fish and color a fish. Then I would go to the application video, come back in here, and then you'll play Twister with these fish. And then you'll go back to the DVD. And then after that, you'll finish off with a game that's where they will actually go fishing for fish and other things, and you'll put the memory verse together, and you'll use something like this fishing pole, and it will pick up these fish that are in here. But generally, what you have going on is you have sections where you use this activity, and then sections where you play the DVD. It walks you right through everything. All the supplies are in this general area. If you're looking for other supplies and you're like, oh, I really would like to use something different or something else, this cabinet right here has been cleaned out, and it's stocked up with just some extra scissors, pencils, colors, things like that. This is tape if you ever need it to tape things on the wall. Here's adult things like scissors if you don't want to cut with mini scissors, staplers, things like that. And so make sure, but if you really are getting adventurous and are thinking, I want to go try and get even more resources, come into this room over here, which is right next to us. And that's our resource room. And it's got things lined along the walls, tons of things that you could use if you need them. But most of the stuff will be prepared for you and ready to go. Simply move into one of the other two rooms and split them for the activities. Bring them back all in here to listen to the DVD and do the games. And you should be all set. If you got any questions, feel free to call me at 864-617-3181. Thank you for helping out. Have a great day.